Today on the channel, we unbox AEW Unmatched Series 2 with special bonus rankings at the end. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we begin AEW Unmatched Series 2 unboxings and reviews, and we're starting off hot. We're starting off with the most anticipated figure arguably in Series 2, we're talking about Sting, and Sting is the very first Luminary figure from the AEW Unmatched series. As we do know, there's the LJN inspired. We got Cody in the last set. We're getting Darby Allin in the next, and I believe, Chris Jericho in the next set after the Darby. Back to the Luminaries. And Luminaries, kind of a grandpa and grandma word out there. You don't hear it a lot in everyday conversation anymore, or ever maybe, I don't know. But kind of a nice way to say legend without saying legend. And we know Jazwares had plans or talked about, threw it out there via Jeremy Padower on Twitter and stuff like that, of a Classic Superstars relaunch a little bit. Something probably said in their business hat, we're not prepared to do that. Maybe we don't have the talent. Maybe we don't have the transportation and all the factories lined up. Whatever the business case could be, I feel like they said we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go this Luminaries direction. Every other Unmatched set will have a Luminary. And I think they have enough in-house talent signed to AEW. The Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Stings, Dustin Rhodes, Taz, Vicky Guerrero. I mean, you could go with some of those type of people, and you could get about 2 years of Luminaries that way, and I'm sure people will come and go like usual. But it's an interesting tactic here. Kind of strange to me that they wouldn't put Luminaries on Unrivaled and the LJNs in Unmatched. I don't know. I don't know the business behind all that, what the reasoning was, why they felt Unmatched needed the special ones, but Unrivaled did not. Unrivaled is technically the main line, but I think it would be very easy to argue that this series of Unmatched, which we're going to unbox all this week on the channel, make sure you subscribe, could rival any Unrivaled set, no pun intended, that we've received so far. So it doesn't really feel like an A show, B show type deal. This is a extremely solid set, this Unmatched Series 2, and we're kicking it off with the one I was most excited about. Of course, Sting. You guys know I'm a sucker for face paint. I love face paint. So you know I was going to do Sting first. That's just the way I roll on this channel. Sting, I'm gonna be honest though, this version of Sting, especially modern day, but even Crow Sting, lost me a little bit. I was here for it. I watched it. I enjoyed it. But man, I was always hoping he'd go back to Surfer Sting. As a little Kyle out there, Ultimate Warrior, and you had Sting right there. Running hard, running heavy, the yin and yang between the two companies. I love Surfer Sting, and I was always hoping he'd be the Crow Sting and then he'd go back. But I think what really stopped him from going back was his hair falling out and stuff, and being thinning out and all that kind of fun stuff. I think that was one of the big things that stopped him. He would never admit that. He would probably say, oh, he's changed, he's moved on. I don't know. We saw Hulk Hogan go back to the red and yellow. He could do it. Sting, it just wouldn't look the same without the bleach blonde hair spiked up, and he can't do that anymore. So I don't know, and now I think it's a lost cause. He would just kind of look ridiculous at his age in the Surfer Sting regalia. But I would love to see somebody else take on the mantle. Not call him Sting, but at like a Halloween Rampage episode, let's say it is. Have one of those guys that looks like Sting kind of out there. Dress up as Sting. Let's do that one time. Just one time I can get those Sting feels. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll do some comparisons. We'll see where it goes from there. So the first thing you notice with this Sting figure, first thing I notice at least, and probably you as well, usually the Unmatched line has silver up here. The Luminaries, it's going to be a nice blue. Really does pop against the light, as you guys can see. Nice gray background, kind of a purple. Yeah, it is purple. Purple piping around the packaging. Beautiful glamour shot. Unmatched Series 2. Fabulous packaging here. And me personally, I was all in. You guys know that. I said, I'm going to be a completist of the AEW figures. Well, then they started cranking them out. Then the 2-packs, the accessory packs, the different rings packs. Then Unmatched came. I said, there is no way. I've seen the past of Jax. I know how this is going to end up. No way I can live with a mint on card set across the board. So I said, first 5 series and done for the complete on card sets. However, Luminaries and the LJN versions, as of right now, I am going to get a mint in box one of those. So I'm going to be on the hunt for another Sting. Hopefully I can pick one up down the line. So we'll see what happens. We also got another Sting coming out with the Darby Allin half face paint. So apparently that is supposed to ship on the 21st of December. I'm not going to hold my breath, but stay tuned to the channel. Once again, make sure you subscribe because I'll unbox that one and we'll do some comparisons with this one when that time comes. Big AEW logo right there. He is number 9 in Series 2, as you can see. AEW logo. We got a little glamour shot on the bottom. There it is. And on the side, we got a little L on the side, right down here. As you guys know, it does spell out something. We'll try to figure that out at the end. Maybe we can figure that out. And on the back, there's a little Sting. You got the cross-sell. You got Sting's autograph. Beautiful packaging. This is really the best of both worlds. We see it in a lot of different toy lines out there. A lot of toy lines don't give us the cross-sell. They just give us a big picture. Jazwares does a good job. Give us that. Give us the Sting. Give us the new modern stuff. But the classic cross-sell, that's the thing that's missing in toy lines these days, and they got the cross-sell right there. And you can see Tay Conti, Santana, Ortiz, Wardlow, MGF, and Sting, of course. What a dream lineup out there. Doesn't say a whole lot about Sting here. From December 2nd, 2020, so roughly a year ago, almost to the day. Watch All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. Check your local listings, and I'll do that. I'll also check my DVR. But let's jump into it. Let's jump into the old Stinger. See what all the fuss is about. And there is fuss. Don't let me trick you. There is fuss for this one. Everybody wants some Stinger. Man, this is rough. See you later. It's just rough. This is a minty package. I got this via Ringside Collectibles. Discount code Kyle, save 10%. You guys know the drill. But it does hurt me to open this up a little bit. See you later. Get this little piece. See you later. Get out of here. How about a little Sting plastic prison? Oh, the plastic prison. We love it. There's old Sting looking like Sting could look. And he is buckled in. I didn't notice that. So we got to fix that problem right off the bat with some scissors. There it goes. Unbuckle him, and he is debuckled. See you later. All right, what do we got here? Now we're kicking it off, and we're going to kick off, and we're going to talk about this right off the bat. What has been, I've had 2 complaints about AEW Jazwares figures from the get-go. I feel like they've had some stops, they've had some starts, but I truly feel in my heart of hearts, 2022, they are going to take it to the next level. I think they're going to really step up their game. I won't say COVID's over, but some of the restrictions, some of the issues they've had seem to be over. I think we're going to get a lot more characters in 2022. And one of the best things I've seen already in Unmatched Series 2, right off the bat, we've got 2 fists for Sting. I've been saying it for over a year. Where are the fists with the AEW figures? Well, the fists are here, baby. This is truly a game changer for the AEW figures. Much needed. I say it, I don't care if it's a superhero, if it's a wrestler or whatever, you should have at least 1 fist with you. What are you going to do? You're going to fight somebody. You're a fighting toy at the core. You got to have some fists. So kudos, Jazwares. I'm going to take all the credit. I'm going to take all the credit on that one. They said, you know, kids don't want fists anymore. And then they saw Kyle's videos and they said, oh, he's been championing the fists. We're going to bring him out. We're going to bring him the fists. You wanted the fist. Here's the fist. Now, can I get Sting out of here? Now, that's the next question. Jeez, he was in there tight. All right. We get a baseball bat accessory. Very Sting-like. There we go. Plastic prison. See you later. Oh, baby. Okay, we got a baseball bat. Now, this does feel different than a Mattel baseball bat. As you guys know, you've seen those Mattel baseball bats throughout the years. How about I got one right here? What do you know? Very similar. The Mattel one is much larger. This almost looks like a metal bat, and this is a wooden bat. That's kind of how it looks, and it's got the grain on the Mattel one. But the problem always with the Mattel one is the bend of the plastic. It always makes it look like a gimmick bat, like a foam bat or something. This is nice, straight as an arrow, feels like a bat. Yes, it's a hair smaller, but I think the size does work. Nice ribbing on the handle down here. Beautiful, beautiful bat, but much more durable than the Mattel one. The Mattel one feels like a bendy. This feels like a hard baseball bat. So I do like this. I do like that a whole lot. Then we get down to it. We get down to Sting. Oh boy. I tell you what, guys, this face sculpt on Sting could be the best Crow Sting. I got the defining moment right here. Might as well pull him out right now. This is a lot of people the gold standard Crow Sting, but this is Sting from a much earlier time period. I mean, like 25 years before this one. For what this represents, this is perfect. But for later, more modern day Sting, including like his WWE run Sting, they're close, but this blows it away. This is truly something special on the head sculpt. For you Sting fans out there, I think you're going to really enjoy this figure. Just really looks like Sting. The face paint, you guys know I'm a sucker for face paint from the get-go. Got his nice goatee, got his nice little flavor saver going on down there. And then the darkness in his eyes, kind of like Sting has that stoic look on his face all the time. That's what we got right here. absolutely thing of beauty here. The trench coat going on, so we got Sting's coat. It's very much like the WWE style. WWE style, a little bit harder plastic, not as movable. It's always a chore getting him out of there, I've always felt. AEW's a lot like that, but let's see how hard. So far, so good. Wow, this comes off a little easier than I anticipated. Actually, really easy. So I do like that a whole lot. It's got the Sting emblem on the back, nice attention to detail. And then you got the gold buckles on the front, little gold piping on the sleeves there, and gold trim around the collar. A beautiful Sting jacket. He will definitely have this jacket on when I display him. As to me, honestly, I think Sting looks a little strange in this gear that he's wearing here. Pull that off there. Beautiful thing about these, you can plug and play the pieces, as you guys are probably fully aware by now. All right, Sting. So Sting looks much better in that jacket. Yes, he's got his Sting t-shirt, his merch t-shirt going on. It just, I don't know. There's something about it, and I get why Sting probably isn't wearing a singlet or a just no shirt at all these days. I mean, gosh, the guy's in his late 60s. He looks phenomenal for his age out there and for what he's been through. But it just looks a little, I don't know. And that's nothing against the figure. The figure accurately depicts what Sting looks like. It's just always kind of a head-scratcher look for me. It's like street gear Sting all the time. But it's okay. And his arms, maybe a hair small, but I might be wrong on that. They very well could be that small. I always think of old school jacked up Sting, but once again, Sting's getting older. I think this is a pretty fair representation of him. It does feel a little weird where the waist meets the legs. The decor of the Sting on the side, if I can straighten it up a little. The decor on the side, how it just kind of ends because of the shirt, but that once again makes sense. That's how it would look. So it's good attention to detail. Just looks a little strange. And I got to give kudos to AEW because you'd think they'd just not put it on there. Say, oh, it's not going to match anyways. But you know what? They went that extra mile, made it as lifelike as possible. They even gave the little Sting logo, a little Sting creature on his boot. So I do like that. Articulation-wise, the same as we've seen with Jazwares. You got the boot cut, you got the ankles, of course, you got the double-jointed knees, you got the thigh swivel, you got the waist, you got the diaphragm, you got the head, and then you got the bicep swivel, the elbows, and the hands going on. So all kinds of articulation, everything you could want on those nice ratchet joints. You can really feel them. They're not going to get loose like some of your other figures out there. Sting, he's got, I don't know if his hair should be a hair darker, but once again, that is extremely nitpicky. It's kind of up to interpretation because I think a lot of us think Sting having a darker head of hair, maybe it's a little water when he comes out that makes it that way. But boy, this really did blow me away. This is truly better than expected, but we got one last test. We talked about the fists. Have we fixed our elbows yet? Are the elbows going to be fixed anytime soon? Oh my. Guess what, guys? I think the elbows are fixed. They're still a little loose, and maybe it's just this one. We'll see with some of the other figures in the line. But this is a little bit tighter. This is a little bit more meaty in the elbow department. It's not that where you can bend them and pop them right off the bat. Maybe I got a good one. Maybe I'm seeing things. It's still a little loose, but it's nowhere near the other one. So are they tightening up the elbows? Are they fixing that? Are they really fixing my two biggest complaints on these figures? Is the day finally came? I don't know, and I'm going to take full credit for it. You guys know me. I got to take credit where credit's due. Well, or not, but you know what I mean. I'm over the moon with this figure. This is a fabulous figure. I'm not speechless, but I'm pretty close. This is what I'm looking for in Sting. A few things here and there. I got to say, once again, fabulous paint job on here. We always talk about black and white. Very, very difficult to get the colors without bleed over, scratching, stuff like that. Across the board, phenomenal paint applications on this one. No issues anywhere on the face paint or on the outfit. Just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And like we said, we had some Stings from Sting's past. Unfortunately, no Surfer Stings. But for what you get here and what Sting represents, I don't know how you can call this anything but a slam dunk. Almost the perfect figure for what it represents. I don't know if you can, I can't really find any complaints for what this represents. Sure, I'd love to have Surfer Sting. But for the Sting they were going for here, they killed it. They killed it. So AEW, kudos to you guys, or I should say Jazwares, kudos to you guys. You know, Mattel, there's a lot of things. I love it. We're in a golden age of wrestling figures, not just AEW and Mattel, but FTC, you know, Cella, Zombie Toys, all that. You know, when people start doing good, it makes the competition get better, and, you know, competition makes everybody better, and we're seeing that right here. I guess if I could find one nitpick thing about the AEW, they fixed the fists. They seemingly did. I think they fixed the elbows, at least on this figure they did. Next up, what I'd love to see in 2022 from Jazwares is pinless joints. We'll see what happens with that. We know Mattel is moving to that. Marvel Legends has moved to that. I think that is the next wave of all toys. AEW, you are on the clock right now. Jazwares, you're on the clock right now. I'd love to see that because the pins, once you go pinless, it's tough to go back. But man, I can't complain about this thing. This is a guaranteed must-have pickup if you're collecting out there. Pick up Sting the minute you see him. I hope I can find one on the shelves, a minty mint one for my collection, as I will definitely need that Sting represented in my mint on card Luminaries collection. So there it is. What say you guys out there, though, in YouTube land? What do you think about this Sting? Are you here for it? Is it a pickup? Is it a pass? You were a little Stinger, too, at one time, weren't you? It's funny, a lot of you guys will comment, and I see your comments on my channel, how your first version of Sting was Crow Sting. It just seems so foreign to me, but you got to take that big old step back and say, hey, not everybody came into it the same time as you. But I almost think there's more people that came into Crow Sting than Surfer Sting, as crazy as that seems. But tell me your thoughts on this one down below in the comments. Make sure you like this video. You made it this far. Give it the old thumbs up. Let me know what you think about him. And then, of course, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. SirPaul64 on Twitter is where you'll find me. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And there it is. That is Sting. Stay tuned for the rest. It's going to be a long week of AEW unboxings, and I'd love to have you a part of it. So there it is for the boy, the man they call Sting. I am Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unmatched Series 2 unboxing and review, of course, from Jazwares. And today, we take a trip to the women's division as we take a trip to look at Tay Conti. Tay Conti stole a lot of males' hearts and female hearts too. Who am I kidding out there? We all love Tay Conti. There's just something about her, if you ask me. But Tay Conti's been around for a while. Previous to AEW, she was in NXT. Not really used a whole lot. I actually saw one of her first house show matches is with NXT way back in the day. She had something special even back then, if you ask old Kyle from a few years ago. But an interesting figure here, another female. We've had Rio, we've had Dr. Britt Baker, we've had Sheeta, we've had Nyla Rose. Now we got Tay Conti. We're building out the female wrestling figure division, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot more to come in the perceivable future out there. But today, we're taking Tay Conti to the limits. That's what we're doing. And we're going to do it like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're taking a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. So let's kick it off with old Tay Conti. There she is, 2 heads in this one. So you hardcore fans out there, you're going to be buying 2 of these so you can have both heads displayed. I can just feel it in my bones right now. Beautiful glamour shot of her right there. But nice blue background that really does pop against the black and the silver. Really pops out on the shelf. Kudos on that packaging design right there. Unmatched Series 2, of course. AEW logos at the top. And then you got that nice gray, that silver shiny on the package. We saw the Sting Luminaries got the blue. This has got the nice gray to it. But I will say, this is an interesting one. This always goes back to the Jax Class Superstars with me. You had to really look at your figures, make sure your star is good, and then that gold paint isn't flaked off of your package. And there is some flaking and some scuffing of this gray. So you got to be careful how you store these guys. They can scuff up and rub this gray off, and I already see a little bit of that here. And that's just perfectly shipped. I mean, these are minty, but you're going to see some of that. So if you're truly looking for 10 mint on cards, you're going to have to search for these. These are a little harder than your average Joe figures out there. Not G.I. Joe, but you know what I mean. So that's an interesting caveat to the process. But very cool. We've got her nice greenish colored gear out there, almost a little bit of a sparkle to it. A lot of attitude. I can just tell. I can just read her a mile away. A lot of attitude in her. She's a young whippersnapper. She would be tough to hang on to and handle out there. I think she would wear you out. That's just my guess. All Elite Wrestling right there on the side. She is number 9. Number 13. Sting was number 9. That's right. Number 13 in Series 2. There it is. Same thing over here. You get the AEW logo. We got an N here. I'm not sure what this spelled out. I need to look into that. I'll probably totally forget to do it, but you know, it always usually spells something out. We got the cross sell going on, and then you got the nice glamour shot big up there. Nice smile on her. Look at that autographed. I mean, it just really looks like something like my daughter would have. It's just a very feminine, high school-esque autograph is what that reminds me of. Nothing wrong with it, but that's what it reminds me of. Just very cool. AEW at the top as well. So there it is. Let's get down to it. You got Tay Conti. Now I'm looking at these head sculpts. I'm not sure. Let me get it out of the package. I don't want to look through the window. Let's get it out of the package. Let's see what's going on. See what all the fuss is about. There is fuss. I've put my ear to the streets. There is definitely some fuss with this one. See you later. So I'm going to see what all that fuss is about. Up high off the ceiling. See you later. All right, Tay Conti, plastic prison. No extra hands, just an extra head with this one. There it is. I wonder how they decided, hey, we don't want to give her whatever else accessories. We just want a second head. I don't know. Very interesting thought process with that. Goodness. Now, they don't use zip ties as much and buckles in. We saw some with Sting, but nothing here. Just form-fitting plastic, which is not bad. See you later. It's good for the environment, a little plastic piece. It's good for the environment, of course, but it is a little rough, and I could see some figures possibly getting a little scraped going on. So here's an interesting one. Right off the bat, no extra hands, but we got 2 fists of fury on Tay Conti. They said, you know what, Kyle wants fists. We're giving him 2 fists on the females, and we're not even giving any other hands out. I'm cool with it. I'm all right with that. And then she's got the plastic bags on her hair, so that's always interesting. Not as bad through the window, but you could still see it. So that is one thing that takes away from the men on card experience I find with these Jazwares figures. But once again, guys, obviously a smaller arm, a weaker arm. Weaker arm? I don't know if weaker is right, but it's a smaller arm. So I guess inherently it's going to be a weaker arm because it's smaller. It doesn't have the thickness of a male arm. But the elbow joint seems pretty strong. Still a little weak, but it's not going to just break at a simple press or a simple clothesline move if you're a kid playing with this. So kudos, Jazwares team. Listen to fan feedback, or at least I want to believe that. Getting those elbows fixed. And then you break it down to Tay Conti. She does have pins in there, so I keep saying that. I shouldn't be picking on the pins because they haven't gave us pinless joints yet. But like I said, when you see those Mattel pinless joints, then you look at this, they stick out like an eyesore. So I do think the Jazwares team is good enough, smart enough, that they will fix that. And they will, not even fix that, but they will move to pinless joints eventually, probably 2022. But I like it. I like the 2 fists on her. Outfit-wise, you got the nice fishnets going on, the nice green. It's a real sparkly, nice green with the black, the fishnets, the black boots. Beautiful. Double elbows, double knees. Of course, the ankle rockers, boots, thigh swivel, bicep swivel, head. Of course, head is removable. She does have her little tattoo right here. I think it says believe, if I remember right. And it says Tay Conti. She's got a nice choker chain around her neck. She's doing all that stuff, looking good. But where this one really takes it a step up, where we really go to the next level with this figure is the backside. Yes, when you take a look at her butt, yes, we're getting down to it. We're going to look at her butt here today. Awesome. Fabulous here. And this is something Mattel hasn't done for ever, really, ever. I don't know if any toy wrestling company has. We've seen the female wrestling tights change over the years. And, you know, this is more indicative of a lot of female wrestlers, how they wear their tights. I mean, their butt's kind of hanging out a little bit. And, hey, I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. I'm here for it all day long, actually. But they actually got this in figure form for about the first time ever. I know Anna Jay is coming out, I believe, Unmatched Series 3, and I believe I heard or saw a prototype. She's going to have the same sculpt on her butt, so look forward to that, you Anna Jay fans out there. But it's truly detail-like. This is how it is in real life. It would look weird to me, and I think that's something we call out on the other way if it was covered up. So, hey, Tay Conti, I'm here for it all day. Keep up, keep doing you out there. Keep doing this, and I'm happy they gave this to us in figure form. I think I said that as nice and classy as I could, right? Yeah, sure. But then we get to the head sculpt on this one. Everything else is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous figure. Beautiful. I love it. Possibly the best female figure in the Jazwares line so far. I'd go that far. Head sculpt, though, is where I get lost a little bit. She has an interesting face. It's a beautiful face. There you go, Tay. I know you're watching this video. She's got a beautiful face out there. But this head sculpt on her here, this just reminds me of like 70s, 80s sitcom. I'm a kid of the sitcoms. I love sitcoms. Give me Webster. Give me Different Strokes. Give me Full House. Give me Family Matters. Give me Step by Step. We could go on and on. I watched them all. I loved them all. I was a kid of the 80s, watching reruns of the 70s, 60s, 50s shows, then living the 80s shows. I was there for it all day long. And where am I going with this? Hang with me. Hang with me. She looks like she would be working in like one of those one of those diners, the 5 o'clock diner or something like that. And she'd be a sassy waitress is what she looks like. With her hairstyle here, I get to see her in like kind of a white waitress outfit and what's your order and, you know, yelling at the cook in the back. I could see that going on. That's what this reminds me of. So if you're doing some figure, not figure feds, but if you're setting up a diner scene somewhere and you need a waitress, I think that you got your figure here. That's what this looks like to me. You can tell it's Tay Conti, but there's something just a bit off in the face. And I'm not sure exactly what that is. Maybe it's the smile. Maybe it's the lack of smile. She always kind of has that Brazilian smile, we'll call it, I guess. So that's missing. But pop that off, and let's pop this other one on. And this one still is also a little rough, a little hard to get on, but I think I got it. Boy, I don't know. I don't know what head sculpt to use. I'm leaning towards the first one, but this is more mean mugging Tay Conti. Maybe if she turns into a bad guy, she turns on Anna Jay. This is the head you're going to use for her. It's just a little... It's a little off. So there's just something missing, and I can't put my finger on it, but there's something missing with this figure in the head sculpt department, but still a fabulous figure. I'm going to say it right now. I think this is the best AEW Jazwares female figure that we've received so far. And I think things are just going to get better. I was a little down a couple series ago on the Jazwares. We had some too many repeats and a couple of issues. Of course, no fist and the elbow problems. With those being fixed, some new talent getting emerged into the scene, into the figure lines, with a lot of new talent to come. I think the future's so bright. Jazwares, you guys better pick up some shades for Christmas. That's my recommendation to you. But I like it. I'm here for it. A fabulous, fabulous figure. Let's put her up to, how about, I just have another female figure from the Jazwares line. Rio! Yes, old Rio. She's probably our future champion. Maybe not, but it'd be fun to pretend, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be great if she got the title again? We'd celebrate on the channel. We'd do a special video. We'd bring her in. Does she do cameos? Can I get her to do a cameo for me? That'd be great. Peg warmer extraordinaire. #1 peg warmer of 2021. We got Rio. We got Tay Conti. We obviously got a lot of fun right here. So there it is. There's Tay Conti. Let me know what you think of Tay Conti. What do you think about her as a wrestler? What do you think about her as a person, most importantly? What do you think about her figure? Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. But a solid, solid one. Let me know your comments down below. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for the lovely ladies of AEW, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue our unboxings of Unmatched Series 2 from, of course, Jazwares. And very excited today, proud and powerful, Santana and Ortiz at the table. Always love a good tag team, especially when the tag team is in the same set together. We don't want any classic superstar fiascos where you get one in one set, the next in the other, or God forbid, no second figure at all. We'd seen that in the past with LOD and Heart Foundation, many different figures throughout the Jack Class Superstars days. So far, none of that going on with AEW Jazwares. But AEW Jazwares Unmatched, very cool set so far. We've unboxed a few, and we're going to do a few more today, and figured these two deserve to be unboxed together. They are a tag team. They are a package deal. So we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. See where it goes from there. And I'm very excited about this Ortiz figure, but Santana as well. But let's take a look at Santana first. We're not talking Carlos Santana. We're not talking Tito Santana. We're talking just Santana. Just a single name, like a Cher or a Madonna. But there he is. We got 2 extra hands. We got an extra head. Always love an extra head, and I always say it. It makes some people buy 2. They're a big Santana Ortiz fan. Guess what? They're getting 2 of these, so they can mix and match the hands, mix and match the heads, get 2 extra figures out of it. But they very easily could do that. Nice glamour shot down below of Santana. Beautiful blue background. You got the silver at the top, the AEW logo, AEW Unmatched Series 2. Number 10 in Series 2 is Santana. And on the other side, you got the U at the bottom as we spell out the words in AEW. And then on the back, big glamour shot. There he is, taking on Private Party. And you got the cross cell down below. Got the big autograph up there. And he is exceptionally proud. He's downright proud, some might say. But there he is, AEW at the top. Taking a look, I don't see any paint application issues. I don't see any issues at all with this one. From 7/1/2020, Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville. Warm this time of year. Some people say they love Jacksonville. Some people say they actually hate it. So it's interesting, that dynamic of that town. I've never been. Never been. Let's get him out of the package. Let's see what's going on with Santana here. Santana we've had before, as you guys know. And we'll compare it a little bit later there. But there it is. Looking good. See you later. Get out of here. Little plastic prison. There it is. You can see it all. All right, let's knock these hands out. Knock the head out. Knock the body out. Maybe. When are we going to get the dead presidents version of Santana and Ortiz? Santana and Ortiz, very toyetic individuals. Gosh, these are always hard to get out, I tell you. Kudos. Nobody's going to just pop these out without anybody noticing. Look at this. Oh, come on. There it is. Had to use all my might. See you later. There it goes. All right, hand-wise, we got like trigger fingers is what they look like. Yeah, that's what they look like. Fisted trigger fingers. So very interesting on the hands department here. Like I said, their face paint, their dead president's attire. Man, I'm here for that. Give me that all day long. You guys know me. I'm a sucker for face paint, so I'd be there for it. Now he's got those. He's got the plastic around his legs. I get it why they do that, but once again, it does take away from the Min on Card experience for you Min on Card people out there. So you just slide these down. And it looks like he's got boots going out on the farm or something is what that looks like. And then you can pop them off at the waist is what I usually do. And then these just slide right out. I will say, there it is. These overalls are a individual piece there. So if you don't want them on, because we do know we had overalls with the last set as well, you can just pop those on and off. So I think that is a cool accessory. That is a neat feature as you can choose your own Santana adventure with that. So that's a fabulous, fabulous thing. So I like that. So I like the camo. I mean, I could see a lot of people using this bottom half of the body for Briscoe Brothers customs. You could almost make Briscoe customs out of these two very easily. So for you customizers out there, we all want Briscoe Brothers figures. We don't want the FTC ones. We'll take some Jazwares or some Mattels. I don't think Mattels ever happen. We might get some Jazwares one day. We'll see how that all shakes out. But I could see a lot of customizers using the bottom half of this as a great base for a lot of different figures and a lot of different characters you could do. Got the knee pads here. Yes, we do. Knee pad. Okay, I thought it was like glued on, but it is floating on there. Double jointed knees. You got the boot swivel. Yep, boot swivel. Ankle rocker all over the place. Thigh and bicep swivel. You got the legs that go out, of course, and all around. Diaphragm, waist, head, removable, bicep, swivel. I think I said that. Double jointed elbows, removable hands, of course. And what do we got on him? 2 fists. Like any wrestler, they should have fists. Kudos, Jazwares team. And the elbows do seem much stronger on this one. Man, I think they fixed the problem. I think they've listened to reason, and they fixed that. That is great. That is absolutely great. Now, if they just give me a corrected Aubrey Edwards figure, I've never heard back. Jazwares team said, hey, could you send me some pictures? Send me this. I do that. No response a month later. And I sent him an email like a couple days ago saying, hey, where are we at? No response. So I don't know. We'll see how that all plays out. Come on, Jazwares. Help me out. Help me help you, Jazwares. But beautiful, beautiful figure here. Tattoo work, very bright, very clean, beautiful. Got it on the arm. Got him on his chest there. Boricua. Los Boricua? Oh, man, watch out. But he does have on these hands here, they are gloved. He's got kind of the Puerto Rican, I think that is Puerto Rican, I'm fairly certain. Glove going on here, and then a straight black glove there. Then you could choose it to these hands if you're so inclined. You want those trigger finger hands, you can do that. Beautiful bandana on the head sculpt. He's got the crazy mean mugging eyes going on. Beautiful curly hair at the top. A fabulous head sculpt. It's basically choose your own adventure. How do you want your Santana to be? Do you want him to be happy and jovial, or just mean mugging, I guess, and stoic? Or do you want him absolute lunatic, ready to tear your head off? This is where I'm going. I'm going to give him this one, I think. A little point of difference there. But we do got Santana from the past, so you can see a lot of similarities here. Getting the most out of your molds, of course, using a lot of the same stuff, just paint application differences. Same tattoos, same that. This one came with a flag, of course, as an accessory, which is cool, and a bandana. Just a little yin and yang. This is getting the most out of your molds is what this is at the end of the day. Nice overalls, just painted a different color. Getting the most out of your accessories, and it feels new. It feels different. I'm here for it. I like it. I understand it. I think it's a fabulous, fabulous figure. Not my most popular figure in this wave, I don't think, but man, still a slam dunk. This is a tremendous wave so far of what we've unboxed. I like this a lot, so... There it is. There's old Santana looking only like a Santana could look. Now, Jazwares, you fix the fist. You fix the elbows. Can you team up with Ringside? Can you do it yourself? You love accessory packs. How about accessory figure stands? That's what the collectors need. That's what we want. Get us that in 2022. Help me out. Help me out. Send me a set. Send me a set, too, while you're at it. Please. It is what it is. All right, now we turn our attention to Ortiz. Santana has done a fabulous figure. This is the one I'm a little bit more excited about, Ortiz. Ortiz is a guy, I believe he's a figure collector as well. This is a guy that gets it. I got to give him kudos. He goes into these glamour shots and stuff where they're going to make your head scan. He gets the craziest, wackiest faces ever. And that is, your face is your money maker at the end of the day. I mean, I don't care what you say. That's your money maker. That's what people see about you first. Before they even hear your voice most of the time, they're seeing your face. They're seeing, is this a welcoming guy? What is this guy about? Well, in the toy industry, the wrestling business, crazy faces equal money. If you're a little kid out there and you're looking, you know, I'm going to get this guy. He's got a crazy face. That's how Kyle bought a lot of figures back in the day. I'm sure a lot of you guys did as well. So Ortiz, he understands it. And what is really cool is there's that mean mugging glamour shot on the side. It's the exact face he has on the figure. So you can see how well that translates these days from figure form back to the original prototype picture. Or not prototype, the glamour shot picture the figure was based off. You can kind of see the correlation there. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome to see how lifelike these figures really are in this day and age. Got 2 extra hands with him. Oh, we're a hands business, guys. And then you got an extra head, much like Santana got. Packaging's all the same. Glamour shots, all that fun stuff. He is number 11, Series 2, AEW Unmatched. He's got a little M in the corner down here. And then, of course, the back. Look at that double buy pose like a young Arnold Schwarzenegger right there. You got the autograph. You got the cross-sell. You got a lot of fun. Of course, the rest of the series, you got Santana, Ortiz, you got MJF, you got Wardlow, you got Tay Conti, and you got Sting. Sting! Yes. Check out all of the reviews on the channel. Of course, the end of the week, we'll rank the entire set from my favorite to my least favorite. Going to be a difficult one, but there it is. Dynamite from 7/1/2020, same as Santana. So they match. Matching uniforms. They are a tag team after all. All right, let's get him out of the package. All right, here it goes. I'd love to have an MOC set. See you later. MOC set of these Jazwares figures. Just not possible. But man, I would love it for sure. There we go. There's old Ortiz. Looking only like an Ortiz could look if he was making funny faces for the camera. So there he is. All right, pop the head out. A lot easier than his partner. Hand. There it is. Hand. There you go. See you later. All right, what do we got? Let's pop them out at the waist here. We got more of that little plastic stuff. Get that out of there, and then the real review begins. So he's got the matching kind of camo going on here. He does have the overalls, and the overalls, I believe, can be put down if you wanted to. I wouldn't put them down, but they could. You could theoretically put the straps down over the arm if you really wanted to, but I think it would stretch the plastic over time, so not the best idea for your figure, so I would say leave it on that way. But beautiful straps on this one. It says Ortiz in orange. The camo with the bright neon orange, this is a really pop, and then, of course, the shoes down there. Unfortunately, I got a big scuff and paint scraped off there on the shoes, so that is unfortunate. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Same articulation we've seen with these Jazwares figures. Beautiful, bright color tattoos on here. I should say, too, the the headband here really sets this guy off here. It's such a different color than the rest of it. It really makes the head pop even more. And then, like I said, the goofy facial expressions on Ortiz here. The tongue off to the side. How cool is that? It even has the crazy, like, spider monkey hands going on that he's just, you know, going to claw your eyes out or something. I like that. Then we got 2 black gloved hands here. They have nice paint deco on them, but no fist with Ortiz. But theoretically, I guess you could grab the fist off here, and you could put it on here, and it would technically work. So it's kind of choose your own hand adventure, as we always say on the channel. But man, this is a beauty. This is a beauty figure. I just love the coloring on it all. I love the head sculpt. The head sculpt makes it too. And then you get this kind of a, what the heck did I just smell face going on here. So a little different. I think you got to do the tongue face all day long, though. This tongue face is something special. I love it. And then he's got the tattoo on his chest here. I'm guessing this tattoo isn't totally completed. I guess I would think he's going to fill that in. But it does pop the way it is. And he's got a wife beater underneath. Just fabulous. And you know what? I talked about the elbow joints being a lot stiffer on these. I mean, there's still some wiggle, but much stiffer than they were. Maybe your results may vary, but the knees as well are a little bit stiffer, they feel. No pinless joints, though. That's the only last real complaint I have. And it's not even a complaint, but I think we'll see pinless joints in the future with these guys. But we got Ortiz here. And then we got Ortiz before. Man, how cool is that? Ortiz, once again, you know, different faces, but he had the big fro going on for this one. Put his hair down for this one. Really making some points of differences on the figures. I think that is really cool. Let's see how these look if we pop them off and switch. That's one cool thing about these Jazwares figures. You can play all kinds of games all day long, and you can pop heads around, stuff like that. Look at that. So if you're a huge Santana and Ortiz fans, you can buy multiples of these, use heads on different bodies, stuff like that. I like it and I don't like it because I could see going down that rabbit hole, an expensive rabbit hole if you're into that kind of stuff. You could be mixing and matching all day long, all the time. Very, very cool. Very cool for you customizers out there, making it easier than ever to do different figures, making custom figures, things like that. Truly a golden time to be a wrestling figure collector. No doubt about it in my mind. But what say you guys out there? How do you feel about Proud and Powerful? How do you feel about Santana and Ortiz? Which one do you like better? Where do you sit on these figures? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, give this video an old like, the old thumbs up. You made it this far, you might as well support the channel. Hit the old thumbs up. Sign up for the channel, hit the old sub button, hit the old notification bell. SirPaul64 on Twitter is where you're going to find me. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. A lot of nuggets of information in those two places. And of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel if you see what you like here. Buy a shirt, get a nice shirt, be the most fashionable guy or gal in your whole neighborhood. So there it is. For AEW Unmatched Series 2, Santana and Ortiz. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unmatched Series 2 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got a guy that's no stranger to the AEW line so far. We're talking about MJF, possibly, arguably, a lot of people would say the #1 heel in the business today of wrestling, of course. The baddest of the bad, the ones the fans love to hate. Unless you're in Long Island, of course. He's just a hero there, or you're a big fan of the Rosie O'Donnell show from back in the day, as we all know. But the MJF figure is here. Another MJF. A lot of people are saying we don't need this one. It's way too soon. I do agree with that. This one at least gives us a little bit different in a robe, so we'll see what that adds to the character. But we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. We'll compare it to another MJF AEW figure of the past. So let's take a look at the packaging first. Old MJF, old Maxwell Jacob Friedman. There he is, a glamour shot in the corner. An interesting robe here, an interesting face. I don't like how the head's kind of tilted up. It looks a little strange in the package. He, of course, comes with a microphone. Really, his signature accessory, I think, at the end of the day, a lot of times. He loves talking on the microphone about every week. We got 2 extra hands with him. We'll dive in to see what's going on with that. But usual packaging we've seen in the past with Unmatched Series 2, the beautiful silver at the top, the AEW logo, you got the blue background, all that fun stuff. On the back, AEW, you got the little glamour shot there. He's number 14, Series 2. And then we got the R on the side and the bottom. What does it spell? We'll never know. AEW. And then on the back, got the big glamour shot of him in the ring. Got his autograph right there. So nice. I heard he actually signed every single one of these. Yes, it's true. That's what I've heard. Cross-sell down below. We got all the rest of AEW Unmatched Series 2. We got Sting, of course, MJF, Wardlow, Santana, Ortiz, and Tay Conti. Oh, baby. There it is. Got the whole set. All right, let's dig in. Let's see what's going on with the old MJF. Let's see what he's up to. No fuss with this one, if you can believe it. No fuss at all. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes there's no fuss. Not always fuss. See you later. See you later. There it goes. Better than you. Okay, there it is. MJF, plastic prison. There it is. All right, pop him out. Hand. Microphone. There it is. And there it is. Whoa! We lost the head. The head popped right off. There it is. See you later. I can see that happening more and more with these Jazwares figures. Man, they are tight in that plastic. I get it. They're kind of molded in. They don't move around that way. You don't have to use twist ties, things like that. But I think we're going to see some paint scuffage getting the figures out, and I think you're going to see heads pop off like that. So a little of this, half dozen of that, it seems like. But we got the MJF here, and it looks like MJF, of course, still has a little bit of that zombie grayish pale, not pale, but grayish skin tone. You guys know what I mean. We've seen that with the AEW Jazwares figures in the past. It's just like it needs a little bit more color to the skin tone. Still, it's way better, infinitely better than Series 1, which everybody was too pale. So they're still working, I think, some characters to get it just right. I think that's a fair assessment. A nice robe as far as MJF goes. I just don't like the, was it Burberry or something? Is that the pattern of his scarf and stuff? I just don't like that pattern on this. It feels forced. It feels weird, but at the same time, I get it. It sticks with his gimmick and stuff, but it's not like an iconic Ric Flair robe. This is not what this is at all. Greg Hammer Valentine, a lot of guys that have classic robes over the years. It's not quite robe season. As you guys all know, we're in the thick of cape season right now. So it's not quite robe season. But MJF, he doesn't care. He marches to the beat of his own drum, as we all know. But it's got the MJF on the side. We talked about the color patterns, the black, and then Better Than You on the back. To me, you have to display him with this robe, especially if you have some of his prior releases, just to point a difference out there. I think that's the smart way to do it. The robe has got pulley pocket style. Let's see how hard it is to get off. This one, I think, might fight me more than the Sting, let's say. Oh, there it is. Comes right off. Not terrible. Not the worst thing to get off. But, man, then he's all ready to go. He looks like he's... I don't know. He's all plasticed up on the arms. It looks like he's getting ready to stick himself inside of a cow like they do, you know. He looks like he's going to do that, but I don't think so. I don't think that's the purpose of these, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Pull that plastic off. It's all about protecting the figures, but when I see stuff like this, I'm like, okay, I feel like I should leave this on because are you telling me that if I take this off, I put the robe back on, when I take the robe off a year later, it's going to be all stained? Is that what Jazwares is telling me? That makes me a little bit nervous. If I get this hand out, there it is. Perfect. All right, come on. There it is. All right, hands are out. Oh, geez, we still got plastic on the waist as well. Easy fix, just pull it out of the waist, and away you go. So now he's cleaned up. He's ready to go. He is the MJF, of course. You really got to get his head the right way, because if you put it like this, he's just got a weird look to him. Just looks very strange, but he does got a lot of movement, a lot of back and forth movement on this head. So that's interesting. So you can kind of almost Red Rooster walk with him. So it's got a lot of movement there. All the typical articulation we've seen before. Got his nice lion tattoo on his bicep. Not the best life choice decision, I don't think, on that one. Got the little tattoo on the side. Not sure about that one either, but hey, it's his body. He can do what he wants. Get his own tattoos. Elbow-wise, this is the loosest one of the set we've come across so far, and we're going to compare it to another MJF here, and I want to compare the elbows. I think they just did a lot of reuse here, which makes sense. Get the most out of your molds. I understand that. MJF on the back of the tights, got the red kind of lions going on. Black knee pads. I said the articulation's all the same. It truly is just MJF here. The extra hands we get, very interesting. So we get both right hands here. And they both have that Battle Bowl ring going on there. So he's got the ring on both hands. So choose your own adventure. You want a fisted one? You want an open one? What do you want? You can choose your own adventure. We got the AEW microphones. We've got these in the past as well. A little smaller. I think they should make these just a hair bigger. That's my interpretation of these. You guys let me know what you think. But it slides right in that hand. So he's got a hand holding there. I'm going to put this fist on. I'm just getting it over with. He should have a fist. You guys know me. Everybody should have at least one fist. He's got the ring going on. Fairly good figure as far as MJF goes. Then we get the other one out. We've got this one, the most recent MJF. A little boot difference here. You have MJF on the boots here, nothing here. It's basically 100% repaint going on here. Just a few differences. No paints on the boots. He's got the forearm painted on these. He's got wrist tape on this one. Same elbow pad, but you got a little design on this new elbow pad. The face head sculpt I thought was the exact same, but it is different. I think I do prefer the old head sculpt a little bit more. Something about this one is just a little bit off, but it's both MJF. You can both tell who it is. Definitely different hair colors going on. He's got more of a textured beard here, more of just a flat painted beard here, more of a brownish hair here, more of a, I don't know, a blondish hair almost like red highlights on the top too, which is very interesting. But besides that, it is the same. It's a little different sculpt, I guess. The lips are definitely different on these. It looks like he has lipstick in both of them. But very, very interesting. MJF, I don't know. I've seen him be a peg warmer, and then I've seen him run off the shelves pretty quick. I feel like in this set, he will be the peg warmer, because he's the one we've had the most of, and I think people maybe already have a couple MJFs that they're not in a rush to get this one. Got to think Sting's going to fly off the shelf first, and I'm not sure. You never know how the female figures are going to act, but MJF, I don't think he will be the most popular of this set. I think that's a fair assessment we'd all agree on out there. But an interesting one. If you're an MJF fan, if you're a hardcore MJF fan, you need this. I think the addition of the robe is going to make a lot of people that maybe wouldn't have got it and otherwise get it just for the robe. So that's a smart move on Jazwares' part, is a business decision. So there's MJF. Any thoughts from you guys out there? Let me know in the comments. Not my favorite in the set. I'm just going to call it out. And at the end of the week, of course, we're going to rank this whole set from my top to bottom. I can tell you right now, he's not going to be at the top. Tell you that, but we'll see. We'll dig into that, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video. Make sure you like this video. You've made it this far, you might as well give it a little thumbs up. And then, of course, SirPaul64 on Twitter is where you're going to find me. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel, pick up a t-shirt. So there it is for the MJF. I am the JKP. I'll see you guys all real soon. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for our continued unboxings of Unmatched Series 2 via Jazwares AEW figures. And today we got another first time in the line. We've got Wardlow, MJF's bodyguard, associate, whatever you want to call him. Mr. Mayhem, I think is one of the things they call him. A man of many names, but I call him friend, or not at all. But we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to box it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. But Wardlow is something special because we don't get a lot of them, but a big wrestler. There's not a lot of big wrestlers in AEW. You got Luchasaurus. You got Brian Cage, Hobbs. You got Wardlow. That's about it. Maybe a couple other guys out there, but a lot of littler, smaller guys. Nothing against those little guys out there, but you guys know me. I'm a product of the 80s. We loved our big wrestlers, and it stuck with me to this day. But AEW doing a lot of great things, but not a lot of big guys, and I think that's one thing they need more of in AEW, and we'll see what the future holds. But Wardlow, definitely one of the big guys out there. Still fairly new to the scene. You can tell they're really protecting him. He's not wrestling a ton of matches. As he starts to, develop a little bit more, I think he'll have a pretty bright career, I think we can say, in AEW eventually. I gotta think a heel turn or a face turn against MJF is in the cards in 2022. Stay tuned for that. But there's the old packaging on Wardlow. There he is, got the old flex pose down there, looking like a big man should look. Extra head, extra hands, all kinds of fun with this one. Silver at the top, the unmatched staple, unless you're a luminary, of course. AEW logo, glamour shots, all that. Number 12 in Series 2, got a little glamour shot on the bottom there, AEW logo. Beautiful silver. I do really like that silver color. It really does pop. On the side there, you got the AEW logo. Looks like an eye. An eye. I feel like I'm a Wheel of Fortune. On the back, you got the cross-sell down below. You got the AEW, check your own local listings. You got a big glamour shot. You got a big autograph going on. And you got Wardlow looking only like a Wardlow could look. So there you go. Taking a peek here. We got a screaming head sculpt and a regular head sculpt. So that's a little interesting. Something, a little bit of both. Choose your own adventure, as we love to say. Pull them out of the package here. There it is. Beautiful first time in the line. First time wrestling figures. See you later. Goodbye, plastic prison. There he is, old Wardlow. He looks like an Irishman, doesn't he? I don't know. It's the green. I guess it's the MJF logo. I thought for some reason those were clover leaves, like a young Finley out there. Fit Finley, that is. But it's actually the lion, kind of to match MJF's gear is what that is. So that tells you I wasn't looking deep enough. Wasn't looking close enough. There's that head. Those have been hard to get out, those heads, but we got them. Got some fists. And there he goes. See you later. Get out of here. All right, now we get down to it. And man, there it is. Once again, beautiful elbows. I'm so excited. Jazwares, you really listen to your fans. I just want to believe they listen to my videos. Was anybody else promoting that? Come on. But I love it. I love these elbows. It really is a game changer on these figures. The tightness, the thickness. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Kudos, Jazwares. A bit of a plain Jane figure, but we kind of knew that would be the case. Just got a black singlet going on. You got the two lions in green. You got the Wardlow down his back. Interesting head sculpt here with the screaming head. Yeah, I don't know. If you take this head off, I think people would say, who is this? I'm not sure. Maybe it's Wardlow. Maybe it's Tucker. Maybe it's Kyle from the Kyle Peterson YouTube channel. Who knows? People might be confused at this head. But I think a lot of that goes to, I don't know if Wardlow has a face that's stuck in a lot of people. A lot of people know MJF's face. They know, obviously, Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, those kind of faces out there. I don't know if Wardlow is to that point yet. But an interesting screaming head sculpt. I like the looks of it. His hair is a lot longer now, so this was taken a while back, but still a beautiful head sculpt here. Just a beautiful figure all around. I like a meatier, bigger figure. It doesn't feel like we get enough of those in the AEW line. So when we get them, we really got to take note and really hold these close to our hearts. All the articulation of a regular Jazwares figure. You got the bicep swivel. You got the double jointed elbows. Beautiful. You got hands that are removable, of course, moving all around. Removable head. You got the diaphragm. You got the waist. Then you got is there a thigh swivel? Yes, there's a thigh swivel. Very well masked thigh swivel with the tights here. Very well masked. You got the double jointed knees, you got the boot cut, and then you got the ankles, of course. Fabulous figure here, fabulous. Then you get the extra hands, and what are the extra hands? Of course, they're 2 fists. You know Kyle loves a good fist, so I get it. 2 fists right here. Wardlow, a guy should have some fists. He can do that big double bicep pose. He can do the big old flex appeal going on. And then you get the regular head sculpt. This is good for the wrestling figure Wardlow, but if you want a bodyguard Wardlow, I think this is the head, the more stoic, standing behind MJF. And speaking of MJF, let's pull him out from the bullpen here. MJF also in Unmatched Series 2, so make sure you check out that review on the channel. And then you got Wardlow right there. So you got these two together, quite the team, quite the group. Here for it all day long, and I really do like this Wardlow figure, and this is one of those ones that really is better than expected. I thought it would be kind of cool, but I like the thickness, the bulk of the figure. Of course, the fist and the elbow issues being fixed is great, and then 2 fabulous head sculpts. Both head sculpts are really good. I think in the back of a lot of people's minds, we don't necessarily know what Wardlow looks like in the face. Maybe that's just me, but I think you pop this head off, you're going to say, I don't know who that is exactly. You ask the average Joe out there, but he's getting there. He's still young in his career. He's got a long way to go. And you know what old Jerry Reed says? And MJF might be in that same case as well as Wardlow. But they're both rising stars, 2 of the biggest stars of the future, I think, for AEW is these two. And it'll be interesting to see how their dynamic plays out in the future. So there it is. There's old Wardlow. What do you guys think about him? Are you here for it? Are you excited for this Wardlow figure? Is this what you were looking for? I think a lot of us are happy to get it first time in the line. The more first time in the lines, the better at this point for AEW. I think that's one of the last big gripes, that we keep getting the same Moxleys, Jerichos, MJFs over and over. I think in 2022 we'll still see some of those, but I think we're going to see a lot of new talent infused into the various lines. So stay tuned for all that fun out there. All right, the time has come. It's time to rank AEW Unmatched Series 2 from my least favorite to my favorite, and arguably this is the best set of AEW figures yet. Just some familiar favorites, some first time in the line guys, and of course the legend that is Sting. A lot to like about this set. I think this is going to be one of the most popular AEW sets in history when the dust all settles, possibly. We'll see. We'll wait on that. But this is a very difficult one to put in order for me. Not a lot of difference between them all. That's how good this set is. And I'm a little shocked. I thought for sure this set would come maybe first week of 2022. But here it is, about 2 weeks before the end of the year. What does that do for Kyle? Well, it upsets his top 10 list. I've been working on a top 10 list. I haven't filmed it yet, luckily. But I can tell you what, there's going to be some people bumped out of that top 10 list and replaced with a few of these figures. There's no doubt in my mind on that one. Just a fabulous, fabulous set. And like I said, very difficult to rank. And I'm going to ask you guys in the comments below, make sure you rank these. Put them in your order. I'd love to see your order. That's the fun part. That's the challenging part. It's easy to say I like the Sting, I like the Wardlow, I like Santana, but put them in your order. Put them in an order. So there you go. So we got 6 figures here. We're going to start with my least favorite of the set, and that was the easiest decision of this one. And number 6 for me, going to go MJF. Oh, I'll go right here. Why not? Why not? I wish we had stands for these figures. If I said that, that's the next thing we really need, because not the easiest to get these to stand sometimes. MJF coming at number 6. We've had a lot of MJFs. They gave a little bit of bells and whistles with a nice robe, but for me it wasn't enough. I'm not that big of an MJF fan that I said, oh, this is just what I need. The robe didn't set it off, and then I feel there is a lot better figures in this set. I do feel if there is a peg warmer to this wave, I feel it will be the MJF, but time will tell. We'll revisit that here in the February, March, April, whenever these hit the stores out there. Probably February, late February, I would assume, something like that. But MJF, he's going to come in at number 6. Then we move to number 5. Whew, it's a tough one. But number 5, nothing against him, but Santana. I'm going to go him at number 5 just because we've had Santana in the past in a very similar kind of look. I mean, you could say the same about Ortiz, but it comes down to toyeticness of the face. Ortiz beats out Santana. Maybe Santana should mean mug for the camera next time, but still a very tremendous, solid figure. A lot of customizers' dreams on this figure as well. We talked about the Briscoe brothers. I think there's some things that you could do with these, but still a fabulous figure, a fabulous version of Santana. I still like it, but he's coming in at number 5. Now we get more challenging and challenging. This is extremely tough. So for number 4, very difficult decision here. I'm going to go Wardlow. Yes, it's close, but Wardlow's going to be number 4. Beautiful. Big figure, meaty figure. He's got 2 fists. You guys know I love that. But I think future years from now, I think this is one of those figures that'll grow on you. As he evolves as a character, gets more popular, has more storylines, stuff like that, I think this will be a sought-after figure, and I think this will move up a lot of lists, and people will like this one. But I still like it now, just not at the top of my list. But a beautiful, beautiful figure, this Wardlow. You definitely need him if you have an MJF. So pick up a Wardlow at a store near you, hopefully very soon, or use ringsidecollectibles.com, search Wardlow, put in discount code Kyle, save 10%. So there you go. Wardlow number 4. Now we turn our attention to number 3. Number 3 for me is going to be Tay Conti. I'm not the biggest fan of her as a wrestler, but the looks department, I'm here for it all day long. But what is cool about this is obviously the sparkly paint really does pop out. 2 extra heads. Even though the heads are a little suspect, the rest of the figure weighs that out. She's got 2 fists on her, 2 fists of fury, as one might say. But then, as we talked about in the review, she's really the first female figure from Mattel or AEW or any of them out there to really get proportions a little bit correct, especially on the backside. This is how females are wearing their wrestling tights these days. We got to represent it in figure form, and they did that, and I'm here for it all day long. So let's see more of that in the old plastic, in other figures. Like we said, Anna Jay's coming in 2022. She will be very similar. I would be shocked if they don't have the same exact body mold. But Tay Conti coming in very strong. Coming in at number 3 on my top list here of this AEW Unmatched Series 2. So now we're down to the final 2, and I'm sure you guys know where this is going. We're putting Ortiz at number 2, and that makes Sting at number 1. Ortiz, man, he is smart. I don't know if he does it on purpose or it's just the way he is. If I can get Sting to stand up. Ooh, there it is. He stands. All right. Ortiz making those goofy, crazy faces in his pictures translates so well over to the toys. Just looks absolutely fabulous. Then you get the camo color and the bright orange, the bluish, tealish bandana. Just toyetic. It's an overused term at this point, but that's what this is. And it takes a guy that maybe not people care about. Obviously, people care more about MJF than Ortiz. I think that's fair. But it gets a character like this to the top of the toy buying purchasers out there because of the toyetic nature and the goofy looks and the colors and stuff. So kudos, Ortiz. I think bright future for him. I can't wait till Santana and Ortiz come out in their face paint. That's got to happen. I'm almost shocked they didn't give us a second head, but I think it's smart. Give us distinct figures in the future of those two. I think that'll be really good. And then, no question, number 1, Sting. I think a lot of you guys knew that's where that was going. Just a legend, a childhood favorite of mine. Haven't had a good Sting figure in quite some time, it seems like. I'm trying to think the last Sting figure we got. Was it the Masters of WWE Universe, possibly? Might have been the last Sting figure. But I like this one. I like the new tooling. The head sculpt's tremendous. Yes, it's older Sting. This isn't my prime Sting. It's not even prime Crow Sting, but this looks great with your Darby Allin displayed. I love the jacket. I don't know if it's just me, or maybe I don't know, but these jackets seem a lot easier to get on and off, where they used to always be such a pain, especially in Mattel, but it seems like AEW's figured something out with the figures and the plastic that is being used to make it easily removable. Maybe it's just me, but these came off and on very easily. It wasn't a chore. I do appreciate that, and the Sting one comes off. I think Sting looks tremendously better. He only loses points for without the jacket. He loses some points. It's just, but it's what he looks like, so I can't complain about that in figure form. It's just not the Sting my head sees. But when you put the jacket on here, some smoke and mirrors with that jacket, I guess. Tremendous figure. A must-have. I do think he's going to be the one. You guys know, I say it all the time, kids love face paint. They're going to be grabbing this one. He's going to be flying off the shelves, so stay tuned for that. If you're looking for Sting, it might be a good idea to order him off Ringside to guarantee yourself a Sting. Sometimes these figures are hard to find. I got to think a character like Sting is going to be very difficult to find. And hopefully myself, I can find a mint on card Sting in the future. So we'll see what happens with that. So there it is, AEW Unmatched Series 2. Quite the lineup. Beautiful figures. A lot of improvements. I can't wait for the future. You guys in the comments down below, you tell me your thoughts. Make sure you rank these in orders. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. And then, of course, follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So there it is, AEW Unmatched Series 2. I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.